from 50 to 55%. We've gone up another $2,000. We're already up almost $6,000 from just two minor changes that we probably made through split testing. Now let's have a look if we can increase leads by 2%. Well, let's be realistic here. You should easily be able to increase that by, say, 5%. So let's go with 5%. Up to $36,000. Now some people probably think, oh, he's dreaming, that's too much. So let's say you're not a genius at this sort of stuff and you manage to increase it by 3%. Okay, so 31,000. Now let's increase our follow-up sales by 2%. Okay, so here's our new values. Let's paste them. Okay, so our equals that minus that. Our revenue went up by $20,000 from some small changes that we made to our campaigns, to each step of our campaigns. So this is the benefit of learning this thing. You know, like at the moment, I don't know what the price of this product is going to be, our video series in our training academy. We're still in the testing mode. But let's say it's $97 or $47 per month or whatever it is. The thing is, the value in this campaign is incredible to a small business. And no matter what niche you're in, just learning to be able to tweak these campaigns is worth, as you can see, thousands and thousands of dollars for each campaign that you have. And the thing is this is where you're really going to get the value. If you can learn to do this, and you can, what you're learning here is not how to sell your product, just your niche. You're learning how to put a sales funnel and system in place. You're learning how to optimize. So you can then apply that same theory to new product lines that you'll have. You'll chase new product lines because you know you can get online and market them, and you can drive sales and get these sort of margins from marketing them properly compared to your competitors. So let's just now bump this down and assume that you're not able to drive enough views because you're in a much smaller niche. And let's bump that down to say 50,000. Okay, there's a lot of people going to be operating in this sort of area, and let's again go with a $100 product. Now let's just have a look at, even for in this price range, let's have a look at the difference that it makes. So if you manage to optimize it, you're going to make 9,576. But let's go back to our original figures and just see how much difference that is. Okay, so that $9,700 program, or sorry, this 4,400 revenue program, once you optimize that by just small changes, you're looking at a $9,700 revenue. So a $5,300 revenue increase just from optimizing a small campaign. So once again, I am going to make this available on TubeEO.com or via our email subscription. You can head over there and sign up. Now I just want to quickly tell you about a couple of things, what you might do in certain areas here if you needed to improve. So if your views are very, very low, what you need is more targets or more relevant targets. So for example, if you're advertising beauty products on a channel that's specific to males that are in an area that don't really groom themselves with beauty products, then obviously you're going to get low view rates. So increasing your revenue, placing your ads on more relevant videos and channels is going to improve, and so is having just more targets that are slightly relevant. If your views are way too high and therefore your costs are too high, then immediately focus on better targeting. Cull out anything that you're getting high views that's not highly relevant. Now, if you're not getting enough clicks, what can you do? Immediately you should focus on your video, the quality of your video. There's something wrong in your video. Now, when I say focus on the quality, I don't mean go and pay, $2,000 or $10,000 to have a higher quality video made, that looks great. What I mean is there's something wrong with the way your video is being played, or the way you've scripted it, or the message in your video. Now, I would bet a lot of money any day of the week that a properly scripted video with the right elements in the right time worth $50 would outsell a $500 or a $5,000 video that's just got marginally wrong scripting and marginally wrong editing, but looks fantastic. So when it comes to video production, you've got to steer clear of any video production company that wants to focus mainly on what the video looks like. Now, I'm not trying to belittle them. Some of these companies are fantastic, and their advertising knowledge is far beyond what I could ever dream of knowing. But when it comes to YouTube, many of them really haven't got their act together. They don't know what to say, when to say it, and they don't know how to optimize an ad campaign for your landing pages. They're brilliant at optimizing ad campaigns for traditional media like TV. They know how to get a message across in 30 seconds to a TV audience, but they don't know how to get across a message that lines up with where the target audience is going to land. And then the other problem you have is we want to align our message with the landing page, with the product. And if you're selling 50 different products, you can't afford to go and pay $2,000 per video to have 50 of those. What you'll probably go and do is pay $2,000 for a video that doesn't align with any of those. And then you've got a poor marketing campaign that just won't convert. What you're better off having is, if you've got 50 products, is 50 small videos, cheap videos, with good targeted messages in them exactly for that product, exactly for that landing page. If you do that, you're going to get much better conversion. So when I say quality of video, that's what I mean. Your call to action, perhaps you've got a very poor call to action. Now, poor doesn't mean subtle. Okay, maybe your poor call to action is because it's way too strong for your target market. For example, if you're dealing with grieving loved ones, you don't want a strong call to action. It needs to be very subtle. If you're dealing with, perhaps, just as an example, if you're dealing with business executives or stockbrokers that are very time poor, then a very subtle message won't necessarily work. They want what they want, and they want it now. And you need a very direct message, such as click here to go and get such and such. Annotations. You need to have annotations on your video, clickable annotations. There's a whole video in this series just on that. And you need to outline clear benefits. So the next thing is, if they are clicking on your videos but they're not converting into leads, they're not signing up, what do we do? Immediately you need to split test and start fixing your landing page. There's something wrong once they arrive. They don't like what they're seeing. Maybe it's the quality of the offer. So you might be saying, sign up for our newsletters. Well, who's going to sign up for that? I mean, you get too much in your email inbox anyway. So people will sign up for a free email or newsletter if they see value. If you've already shown them that what you create like this is going to offer them value. The alignment of the message. Perhaps your video told them that they were going to come to your site and they were going to get such and such, but they've arrived and they perceive that the message is different. It's not lined up, and that's what I was talking about a minute ago. The problem with one expensive video trying to drive all your traffic is the alignment of the message is just wrong. It doesn't match the offer when they get there. And the other thing that you can do is use limited time offers, scarcity, countdown timers, one-time offers, bonus offers. You know, if they sign up in the next 2 hours, then they also get 10% off or 20% off, or they get a free ebook, or they get a $20 discount voucher for the next purchase, free postage, etc. Make it a good offer, improve the offer. There's lots of different things. Now, what if they are arriving, they're clicking, they're coming through, they're staying on your landing page, they're signing up to your email campaign, but then they're not buying from you? Okay, so, or they're visiting your site 20 times, but they're still not buying from you. Well, then that's when you've got to focus on your product. Your offer might be wrong for that product. Perhaps you are not engaging, you know, what they're expecting out of that product. You're not clearly articulating the benefits. Perhaps you're not showing them. I mean, everybody, if you want to hand over money, you want to know what are the benefits, and if you're a business owner, you want to know what's my return on investment, and am I going to make money out of this? And just like I've shown you with this spreadsheet, I mean, if you're a business owner and you're watching this, you can see that anything with someone with skills like me can make you a lot of money, especially if you've already got products and you've already got customers and you're in big niches and you can afford a bit of a budget to advertise. So you've got to convince people that there is a return on investment, and don't convince them if you don't have a return on investment. If you can't promise them something, if you can't give them value in what you're giving them, then refocus, find a new product, okay, or change your offer. You know, go for 2 for 1 or 50% off the second one. And I've sort of touched on this, your pricing, I've just mentioned in that. And then your targeting. Go back. Perhaps maybe your product doesn't align with your previous 3 steps. Maybe you've got a brilliant video campaign, you've got a brilliant video series and landing page that line up and it's all going great, and then they arrive and you've got the wrong products. They came expecting something slightly different. So as an example, you might have advertised that you sell surf brands, and they're thinking, oh great, surf brands at discount prices, and then they arrive at your page and it's like, you might say, okay, well, sign up, and we email out all our specials and our catalogs and our products, and then you send them the email and it doesn't line up. You've got all these no-name brands coming out of Asia that they've never heard of and they're just not interested in. So if you're not getting any sales, what you need to do is focus on the product. In this spreadsheet, I've tried to focus on the revenue and margins so that you can establish, you know, is this sort of stuff worth my time? And of course, I've shown you that it very much is. And by the way, this figure here should be around 20%. So if we go back, those figures are going to be much higher than what we worked out when we were changing that from 10 to 12. Okay, so that's all I want to show you in this video. Over at TubeEO.com, we're putting together an academy, and we're going to have a series of around about somewhere between, I've already got about 20 videos done. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to leave out yet, but somewhere between about 10 and 25 videos on starting a YouTube marketing campaign, setting up accounts, optimizing those accounts, budgeting those accounts, setting up your AdWords campaigns themselves, optimizing those in the first 24 hours, selecting keywords, and everything that you need to get started in your YouTube. And even if you're already marketing on YouTube or Google AdWords, the clickable text ads, this information will be extremely valuable because a lot of the information can be used on both channels, advertising channels. So head over to TubeEO.com and subscribe to our newsletter if you already haven't, and thanks for watching.